Hello you lovely lot. So, something a little bit different today. Richard has joined myself and the wonderful Dave Wesson on one of my venue detectives for Match Fishing magazine. And we are at the beautiful Burton Farm Fishery, have I got it right? But it's not in Burton, it's right near Makins, not far at all from there. Rich actually fished a match here at the weekend and he's caught loads of little babby F1s and silvers, a silvers match, and he's weighed quite well. He's had £28, I think he was fourth, and he's not won any pennies. You're failing, Richard, you're failing, mate. But no, there's loads of lakes on site. I'm going to fish the Heron Lake today because Jo, the lovely owner, she happened to mention that there's chub frequenting this lake as well as ides. As soon as I heard the word chub, I can't not fish the lake, so I've got to come on here. The only trouble is, I ain't got any magpies with me, so I might have to nip down the road to get some magpies in a bit. But no, really looking forward to it. Heron Lake, let's go and catch loads of fishies. Okay, so we're at a brand new venue today, and one of the questions I get asked a lot is, where do you start off on a new venue? Well, I ain't got a clue, to be fair. No, I'm only joking with you. Basically, I'll always approach it from, so we're on an open water today, and I'll always pretty much approach it the same. This time of year, I'm looking to start off short, then work my way out. Now, I know there's a lot of silvers in here and carp. Now, one of the beauties of the baits I'm using today, micros, is pretty much going to catch everything swimming. So on that long line, I'm going to feed little tiny balls, little tiny grape-sized balls and micros and fish an expander over the top. And on the short line, because there is carp in, I'm going to down the hard pellet route, 6 mils, just to see what happens. I'm expecting to get bites fairly quick on the line for the time of year. So if I've not had anything with him, what we're giving it? I suppose if it was in match conditions, I'd be giving it 10 minutes. If I've not had any signs whatsoever, that's telling me that I'm doing it completely wrong. But that's the advantage you have on matches of obviously looking what other people are doing. I haven't got that luxury today. Now, the beauty of, as I said before, with micros, everything's going to come into that. But if I'm just catching little tiny ones, and that's when I can shake it up a little bit, I can start loose feeding hard pellets, 6 mils, 4 mils, things like that. So that's my plan today. Start off short on the 6 mils, then work my way out to the long line where I'm going to feed little balls and fish an expander over the top. So, little balls wise, little tiny balls, literally all we're putting in is like that, it's a bit bigger than a grape, isn't it, I suppose? Like what would you say, like a large marble, something like that, or a big Malteser. Go on, Rich. A walnut? I don't know, mate. Don't do walnuts. Well, that's what we're going to do. So, start off the session, I'm going to feed me long swim first. Then I'm going to come back, put some pellets in the pot, and then fish it straight away. I'm not going to pre-bait it first. I may or may not have put some pellets there already. But normal situations, I definitely wouldn't do. So, we'll have this in first. And then I'd look to feed this swim out here about every 15 minutes or so, something like that. But all the time, I'll be looking for signs, you know, swirls, bow waves, or, you know, fizzing coming up or anything like that. I'm not going to loose feed whatsoever out there. I mean, obviously, it's still that time of year for me, where are we now? Well, last day in August, where I love my shallow fishing. But it's not a deep water, this. Normally, the deeper the water, the better it is for shallow fishing. We've only got just over 4 foot, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's loads and loads of fish topping. I'm not seeing any carp at all, but loads of silvers topping. I'm waffling again out of folks, I do apologise. So we're going to start off on this short line. Now, on with a 6 mil pellet, banded 6 mil, and we're just going to tap in 10 or a dozen pellets, I suppose. Not loads. Put some water in that pot. Yep, 10 or a dozen pellets, going to tap them in there. Then realistically, what this is giving me, it's just giving me the chance to see what's in the area, because I'm fully expecting to get bites fairly quick on this short line. It might be from, you know, small silverfish, but the fact that I can, you know, really zone me baiting, have it nice and accurate, it's just giving me the option of seeing what's there, if you like. Ready? Go on, the carps.
You've hooked it in the barb.
Come on, Dave.
You hooked him in the barb.
Have I? Accuracy, that, mate. Look at beautiful, aren't they? Absolutely beautiful. Ready? Ready? Ready?
Yeah, boy.
Like that. I've got to let him know when I'm ready. Okay, you lovely lot. So, having a right nice session, to be fair. We started off short, like I said I would do. 6mm pellets, putting a few in, feeding a few by hand to draw them in. The skims are right nice. Most of them are sort of like 3 to the pound, but then you get the odd one sort of like 8 ounce. Beautiful. I've had a carp short as well. It's dead noticeable, and what is emerging is when there's a carp in your peg, all goes a little bit quiet, and then you get like a plume of like cloud or smoke coming up, so you know when there's a carp there. I fed a short line here, and within sort of 60 seconds, you know, I've seen that cloud come up. I've not tried it down there yet. I'm going to try it later on, but I've done a rig for it. Just literally gone out long. I had a skimmer straight away, feeding a little bowl of micros, and then I went in again, 2 minutes, not a bite. I knew there was a carp there. Started getting a few bubbles, and I've had a carp straight after it, about 4 pound. I've just missed another bite then, because I was looking at you. But yeah, so it's definite pattern emerging. More bites short on that loose feed, which you'd expect. Obviously the noise is drawing the fish in, but out long, nice and patient fishing with that little bowl of micros. It's basically like method feeder fishing. A little tiny bowl of micros, 6mm expander right over the top. It's lovely. I'm only going to leave it 5 minutes out there, and if I don't get out, I'm going to come back, set the trap again, feed it. We're just missing that bite. It looked like a carp bite, but could have been a skimmer. I thought, to be honest, I'd have more skimmers out there than what I've had, but that can, well, potentially is a good sign. It tells me that there's a few more carp out there, which, yeah, I'd expect, to be fair, because there's quite a lot of bankside disturbance, and we have got 2 professional skyliners to deal with today. You know what I mean? So there's another little dink there. You can see it fizzing. He zoomed in on float, Rich. He zoomed in on it, so you can't see the fizzing. But there's fizzing there at the minute, folks, and I think there's a skimmer on that. Just going to let it develop. Oh, we missed it, but it was a proper bite, and we've had a little bow wave out. So yeah, there's definitely carps out there. It's lovely. This style of fishing, I love it. Nice, patient fishing, setting them little traps. It's right nice, it is, but yet dead simple. You know what I mean? Still finding a way. If I wasn't getting bites out there, what I'd be doing again, I'd be loose feeding over the top. I'd probably go, see, I know there's a carp out there now. You can see it colouring up. If I wasn't getting bites, I'd start, you know, pinging a few 4mm out maybe, try and make something happen. But as it is at the minute, whoa, this is like proper. Loving it. That's the beauty of these, like the venue detectives. I do absolutely love them, because I get to visit so many new venues. Not all of them are as beautiful as this, but you know, a lot of them are very, very nice indeed. And it's just nice trying to work out, you know, what the fish are wanting on the day, because obviously the conditions are changing all the time. It's just nice. It's right nice, it is. So you see me going in with a little tiny ball. Go on, get out. There we go. And I'm just going to bring my float right over it, so I'm fishing nice and accurate. As I say, it's basically like the method feeder fishing. But I know there's a carp straight on that. I'm not saying we're going to catch the carp, you know. Obviously there's a lot of skimmers in, but there's a carp there because it's colouring it all up. And we're just over 4 foot. Bottom, it's funny, the bottom, it's like, it's clay, it's sort of like soft, but not like silty. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Rich? So you can see there's a fish there because it's colouring it up. That's a skimmer, is it? Skimmer? Yeah, I bet it's skimmer. Yeah, it's colouring it up when there's a fish there, but also you're getting the odd bubble as well, which is, you know, what you get when it's silty. Right, nice. Normally, that size stamp of fish, what I'll be doing, folks, is feeding a ball every sort of 3 fish for that. If I was getting them one a chuck like we're doing, if it was slightly bigger, I'd be feeding a ball every go in. Without it is at the minute, because I know there's a carp there, I'm going to feed another ball straight on it. But if there was no carp in the vicinity, I'd be catching, as I said, 2 or 3 of that size skimmer off one feed. because, as we've said, myself and that other bloke, that fast talking bloke, we've said loads of times before how effective it is with micros when you're feeding them, they're getting fish in your peg, but the flip side of it, becoming absolute nightmare getting too many fish in your peg and just creating all kinds of problems. So you've got to be really careful. Go on, get out. Get out! Got to be really careful with micros. And again, even though, well, we're basically pleasure fishing today, I'm still keeping my options open. I'm still going to keep that short swim fed. I've got my margin one that I haven't fished yet. That'll get tried in a bit. Same thing's happening down the margin, it's happening out there, to be fair. It's colouring up when there's a fish there. So it's nice, it's letting me know when there's one there. I don't want to change anything at the minute. As I say, I don't feel the need to start loose feeding. I've not really got the depth to, oh, there's a lift bite. It's got the skimmers. I've not really got the depth to warrant feeding to catch them shallow. You don't really catch shallow proper in shallow water, so I've only just got over 4 foot. You will catch shallow, but not as prolific as if it was like, say, 5 foot plus or so, something like that. Oh, it's a chunk. Photographic opportunity, this one, Dave. Oh, come on. Come on. Come and see your daddy. Come on. We're going. Ooh, we got him, Dave. We got him, Dave. He's a nice one, him. Go on, the mirrors.
More in the mirror.
B-E-A, beautiful. Hang on.
More in the mirror.
Ready? Ready? Ready?
Yep.
Oh, that is strong.
Right then, Dave. That's all fishing stuff done, mate. Well, but all right, haven't we? We've had a few.
You've had a few, mate. You've had a few. Nice big carps.
A few skimmers.
Lost the odd one as well, ain't you?
Yeah, but we don't like to talk about things like that because we don't lose fish. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of cameras. You can edit all that bit out. You know what I mean? You don't need to get that, do you? So it's just a case now with going through rigs. You know, seeing what we've caught these lovely fishes on.
Hook baits.
What bait
you've been feeding.
What we've been feeding. Lines and hooks and all that, innit? Correct. The nitty gritty stuff.
Correct.
But what I want to ask you, Dave, most memorable features. You don't have to mention me if you don't want. You're not going to hear. But yeah, some of your most memorable features. What have you been?
Very hard to say which would be.
You've done so many, haven't you?
I've done so many. Obviously, quite a few.
You're 1992 former world champione.
Yeah.
Left-handed, don't you know? But yeah, no, come on. Most memorable ones.
I think for Venue Detective, I would say that one we did at Cobb House was good, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, I think that was
slapped on the old Factor 50.
Literally the quickest feature we'd ever done. Yeah. Honestly, we rocked up at this place, Cobb House, beautiful fishery.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Carps everywhere, massive big units everywhere.
Yeah.
I think we just got one rig out, didn't we?
Was it a shallow rig?
It might have been shallow. I've not fished shallow today though, promise. And it was carnage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Old 6mm Robin Red on.
Yeah.
Carp would see it like and they just couldn't resist it.
So yeah, that was quite memorable, wasn't it?
That was nice, that, mate.
We've had some good ones, haven't we, Venue Detective wise?
Most of them have been good, Dave.
Yeah.
You and me, mate, they're all going to be good, aren't they?
I think probably my most memorable feature is probably memorable for the wrong reasons.
In what way?
Because this is going back quite a few years, probably early 2000s.
Right, okay.
So nearly 20 years ago, and I was out with Mark Pollard.
All right.
On the Old Neen. I think it was the Old Neen. I can't actually remember where I was at. But he was fishing down...
What, at March or something like that?
It was at March, middle of winter, freezing cold. I was there in my chest waders. And Mark was fishing down this steep, grassy bank.
Yeah.
And you know what he's like? He's got OCD, hasn't he? All his kits laid out.
Everything's got to be nice and neat.
Beautifully. Lovely row of top kits. Absolutely stunning row of top kits. You say what's going to happen, don't you? Well, because I had my chest waders on, they had like felt soles on them, which wasn't good on a sort of a wet, grassy bank.
No.
And at the top of this grassy bank, I've slid from the top of the bank all the way down.
Have you cartwheeled it all the way down?
Straight through Polly's top kits.
Was he mortified?
Mate,
Did he go white?
He weren't very happy.
Oh, bumming that, mate.
But what did you do? I couldn't stop
myself. You
myself.
can't do anything.
No.
You literally can't do anything.
It was just like, Polly, I'm coming.
I'm going to go through them, so I better be quick and get them out of the way.
Crash, bang, wallet.
couldn't manage it though, could you?
Oh, mate, it was disaster.
So that was a bit of a disastrous one. What about like fish catching wise? What's been your most memorable? I mean,
There's been so many.
I'm going to say, but like anything like out of the ordinary, like
Well, another
going for
recent one,
something and catching a catfish or a
Cox,
sturgeon or something. Oh, right, okay.
on the Warwickshire Avon,
Yeah,
fishing 7 meadows below the weir.
Right.
Interesting peg, because you've got all the water coming over the weir, and then it all backs up. But there's like bushes on the weir that creates
What, like
that
chub
blocks
bushes?
the blocks the
Lots
flow.
of chub in the
It
bushes?
blocks the flow. So you've got the flow going there, and then
Yeah.
it backs up. Then you've got another bit of flow, and it backs up. So it's real.
All right. So it's not
it's
just
a
like
really
a,
odd
one
peg.
torrent of water or anything like that. No.
And it's very, very tricky to fish. But Darren knows, doesn't he?
It's Darren, isn't it?
I mean, we
That's
made an
Cox,
early start
legend.
because it was going to be hot.
Right, okay.
But he said, if you get, I'm
would
sure
I
we get
copped?
to.
Would I copped or would I melted?
You'd have melted, I think.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No weather for us, Rich. No weather for strawberry blondes, mate.
But he wanted the target was 2 or 3 barbel.
Oh, right.
But he's
okay.
ended up with like 5 and a chub.
Is that when he had them big? Oh,
Great
yeah, I
big-
remember it. I remember
beautiful,
that one.
mate. Beautiful.
That was awesome, that.
Yeah.
Big barbels.
And that's just a beautiful stretch of river. And
You'd have to take me there, wouldn't you?
yeah. But it got to about 10 o'clock when the sun came up. No more
that's
bites. That was it.
Nothing, done, dusted.
Yeah.
David, what were you my most memorable one? I'm sorry, I'll do a most memorable one with you.
It's all right,
But
mate.
my
It's
most
okay.
memorable one will probably be with John Arthur back in the day when I did a species hunt. So I had to travel around everywhere catching different
I
species.
remember that, yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And it was at my local, it's called Sparrow Grove, where I grew up fishing, learned how to fish slider and everything like that.
Yeah.
But this particular day, I was after catching great big skimmers, bream and everything, in like, I'm going to say 14 or 15 foot of water. So I've like bowled it in at the start
Nice.
and catch loads of bream. Never caught any bream, just kept getting marred with massive carp, 'cause it's like a specialty lake as well.
Yeah.
The carp are anything from like 10 to 25 pound. So I've ended up fishing dead heavy, going for these carp. And like, we didn't have puller kits back then, that's how long ago it was. And you were netting them on like 11, 12, 13 metres a pole. But because it's pretty clear as well, we're netting him like 2 or 3 foot underwater. It's
Oh, I remember
amazing.
that. Is that
That's-
like number 8 elastic and stuff like that?
It was Zim, the Zim stuff. What was the Zim
Do you
stuff?
remember the days when
Zim?
number 8 elastic was like mega heavy?
Yeah, I think we should double it up. Daddy May used to like triple it up.
I used,
Proper.
I used to crap myself when I used to put number 8 elastic through my pod. I think this ain't going to take it.
No, Paul's going to snap. But yeah, no, most memorable one with you. What we saying? What we saying? We've had a horrendous one every now and again, haven't we? Not where we don't catch anything, but
Oh, that one where it was frozen over that time.
That's a conditions. Can't do
Yeah.
anything about conditions. It was
You
iced
can't,
over.
mate. You can't.
Um,
Just one of them, innit?
I love that border one that we did, catching them big perch and like a bit on the waggler, then a bit on the pole. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was nice. That was a nice win-2
That was
one.
nice, yeah.
Everyone's good with you though, Dave. I just tend to fish shallow, folks. So, but yeah, so I reckon we should wrap it up and get some pictures done before we get.
I think we should,
absolutely
mate, because
soaked,
the heavens are going to open, aren't they?
Conditions are changing as we speak.
They are.
Right, come on then. So what we caught on? 6 metre line then, Dave.
6 metre line.
6 metre line, Dave. That carp's going to jump out at net in a minute.
Right, let's get let's get up bait first.
Hook bait first. I'll put a new one on for you. Put a new one on. That band's got to be right, you know. It's got to be smooth all the way around it. Are you zoomed in?
I'm zoomed in.
That's looking good. Ooh, look right nice, does that. Ooh.
Yep. Let me just check them, Andy, before you put it away. Make sure I've got one sharp. Yes.
You don't have a clicker on. I can never tell when you've taken the pictures.
I know. It
Just
throws
say
everybody.
it. Just go click
Mirrorless, mate.
Just
It's the
go.
future.
like that. Then I know.
Is that what you want to do? I'll do that for you now.
What do you want? Shotting pattern? I can't get the rig in this one.
That's it, mate.
That's it, mate.
Look, I can't take photos and laugh at the same time.
I think it's easier to put the click on, Dave. Okay then, so we've had a lovely day all in all. We've caught probably 35, 40 pounds of carp. I've caught them on pretty much everything I've done as well. Caught them on the short line, I've caught out long on the bottom, I've caught out long shallow, and I've mugged a couple short in the edge. It's been amazing. I've had probably just getting in for double figures of skimmers as well. It's been a lovely day. Rain's held off, had a few little spells, but you know, nothing to worry about. What a beautiful fishery. Burton Farm Fishery. I can't wait till we come back here, Rich. It'll be amazing. And the owner's told us about some plans he's got for the future. I won't say too much about that, but we is definitely coming back. Hopefully it's given you, you know, an insight into obviously the venue detectives that I do for Match Fishing magazine. And yeah, check out the issue that's coming out in October. See you later.